Well, hey, welcome to the show before the show, where I check to make sure everything is working. And I think it is. There's a little chat box down there that you can see now. Hi, what's up? Can you see it? Let me know if you see it. It also might have a little bit of a delay, but look at that. Stream chat will be on the screen for this. This way, I think it's just a little bit easier for everyone to consume while we're doing these. Because that's part of the fun of doing these live stream brewing sessions, is the ability to take part in the conversation. At least that's my thought. Hey, Will.
Hello, hello, hello.
So you're you're still feeling like the illest after our amazing week at SCG Con Baltimore? Was that this
Yeah,
last weekend?
yeah, that was this last weekend.
Why does it feel so distant? Jeez. I'm so tired. This is a long week. I'm excited for this long weekend. My wife's birthday, actually. That should be fun. But everything else I'm not excited for.
I believe I'm supposed to be working tomorrow, but I haven't gotten any calls set up for tomorrow, so I think I'm not actually working tomorrow. I think I'm on the clock, but not doing anything. So
Okay,
I'm not gonna actually have to clock in tomorrow.
that's nice.
And it's good because it's probably gonna make itself more apparent as the stream goes on, but I've been having throat issues for the past week, and if I cough, it's because of phlegm, and if or because dry throat. So it's either there's too much moisture in my throat or not enough.
Oh, look at this. I'm sorry. Howdy howdy, says Stormtrooper. Dustin says hello. Mateus says hello all. Hey guys. I want to see something. Does this show up on screen now too? I doubt this shows up on screen. Do we build Glarb like tasker lists? Says Stormtrooper. Will, I'm gonna let you showcase your vocal abilities. Answer that
Yeah.
question.
So Glarb is less like Tasigur because Glarb's main point is to just fix your deck a ton between playing lands off the top, making sure that you're not going to get flooded pretty much ever, and also letting you mill every now and then to fix your draws. You're going to just use Glarb to make it so that you do good Sultai stuff. The other benefit is if you get infinite untaps with Glarb, like Dramatic Reversal or something, you will surveil your entire deck until the last card in your deck is Jace Wielder of Mysteries, and then uptick Jace for the win. That's Glarb. More or less, that's Glarb.
Wait, look, I'm able to switch the emotes, I think. Hold on. No. No, no, no. How do I edit the reactions that appear for this and subsequent live streams? Some reactions may not be available. Why won't you let me? Yes, there you go. Oh, cool. Hey, look at this. Okay, we're gonna switch these up. Will, what are your favorite emojis? Oh wait, actually, I've got a few already. Give me one. Give me one of your favorite emojis. How about that?
Give me a second to look through. I'm gonna quickly log in to see what emojis there are to offer on YouTube.
Okay, so I'm giving you one option. What the hell? It didn't save it. I'm sorry. This is not that important, but
It's important now.
it's not letting me save it. Is it not letting me save it during the live? Like when you go to this. Oh no, it's there. It's there. See the little. Now you can hit cheese. Wait. Oh. Justin is texting me. I guess you can run Dread Return with Glarb and eventually bring back an Oracle after milling your
Also
deck.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
You
Wait,
can legit just hard cast Red Return off the top as well.
wait. I'm trying to make it so that you guys can click on bacon, egg, and cheese as the emojis. Let me know if you see that. Here, save, save. There you go, bacon, egg, cheese. Okay, this is all the important stuff. I'm so sorry. Will, if you can, feel free to respond to any questions coming up while I do this very important work. I swear to God, we're going to get to the video in a second.
All right. So, do we build Glarb like Tasigur list? Probably not. It's going to be functionally different, but it's going to play with its graveyard in a different way. Did you guys see the new mystery booster boxes? I
No,
did not.
no. But Mateus, if you want to clue us in, I'd love to know what you're talking about. There we go. We've got the cheers. We've got bacon. We've got egg. We've got cheese. I should put a bagel on there, but that'll happen later. At any rate, are the emojis or reactions? Those are reactions, right? So now you
Oh,
can react with those. You're welcome. You can also just use like standard staple emojis, but if you use the emojis I think YouTube has, like it's kind of funny in that text box. I also want to change the font size so that your text is a little bit bigger. Sorry, I'm still here. We're still fooling with this stuff. We can keep going through.
Mateus, are you talking about Mystery Booster 2? Maximize the mystery? Festival in a box for Las Vegas 2024. It's just Baby Tassie. Part of the festival. Oh yeah. Part of the festival at home for this year. Yep. Okay. Yes.
Festival at home?
Yeah. So it's Festival in a Box, Las Vegas 2024. Mystery box or Mystery Booster 2. And
That's
Mateus
better.
just put it in the Discord as well.
That's better. All right, let's see if that starts populating. Okay. Like I said, show before the show, people. Bagel, Oimo. Are there? You could play cephalid breakfast. Cephalid breakfast. I guess we'll talk about that in a second. But so, sorry, we can start the show now. Is it not displaying any text now? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. Hi guys. This is Local Game Group. I'm your host Patrick, your local game guy. This is co-host Will. Hey, Will. And we were over in SCG Con recently, SCG Con Baltimore, Maryland, over last weekend. I guess this past weekend, I should say. We both participated in some of the headline events. Will participated in both the 5K on Saturday as well as the 1K cEDH tournament. I participated in the 2K that took place at the same time as the 5K, sadly. And then I also participated in the 1K. We both have stories to tell. I'll start with you, Will. Tell me how your experience at SCG Con was, and if anyone else attended in the audience, let us know your experiences with Star City Games in the past, or if you went to Baltimore, Maryland.
So I got there early on the Friday, and the scheduling was not clear, so I got there way earlier than I was supposed to. Was told that it was going to open up at 10, got there at 10, or went down at 10, and then they said it wasn't open until 12, then waited till 12, and then it finally opened up. But after I got there, I had fun playing some casual games with people and just hung out and had fun. For the 5K event, I played Zada, and I got steamrolled both just by people getting some nuts hands and me having horrible luck. So I 0 forward and then dropped with Zada on the 5K. But on the 1K, I did quite well. Um, Game one, I on my turn three, everybody else's turn two, used Zur and Necropotence to draw most of my deck. Somebody cast Silence and it resolved. And then I went to cleanup, discarded to hand size. In response to the exile triggers with Necropotence from discarding to hand size after cleanup one, Silence was no longer in effect, and I proceeded to combo off on my cleanup step through somebody's Silence.
Hmm. Dude, that's nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, I had
I
a
feel
good.
like
Hmm?
I feel like no one, most people did not even know that was a thing you could do because I did it knowing it was a thing I could do. My table called Judge, and I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." Judge came over and said, "Yeah, you can do that." And then we asked for a second opinion. Another judge came over, said the same thing. Head judge came over, said the same thing. Everybody at my table looked up the ruling and went, "Oh yeah, that is how cleanup step works. You can play even if silence is played."
Right.
Because it goes remove or discard down to hand size, remove all this turn or until end of turn effects, empty mana pools down to 0, unless an effect says otherwise, and then put all triggered abilities on the stack that triggered during cleanup step. meaning that all the things I was responding to with Necropotence discarding cards, I did after Silence was removed on the stack from the second part.
Yeah,
So
it's all that's relevant is that, normally during the cleanup step no one's given priority, but provided, like with what Will's deck Xur is doing with Necropotence, it does put a trigger on the stack. The way Necropotence is worded, it does put a trigger on the stack during the cleanup step. And as that's on the stack, you do get priority, right? And like Will was saying, the silence would have worn off at that point because, at the end of turn, those things would have gone off prior to Will discarding down to hand size and then getting priority. You can do stuff in cleanup because it's of the triggered ability. If there's no triggered ability, then it's a bust. Yeah, and I
yep.
guess the card to really look up would just be Necropotence for this illustration.
The three you will ever see this be relevant with: Necropotence, Gitrog Monster, and Bone Miser.
Yeah,
All are
right, right,
just
right.
when you discard cards do a thing.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, like the deck bar salvage stuff for Gitrog. But yeah, it's specifically, it's not a replacement effect, which is so weird. It's worded specifically as a trigger. Necropotence really should be errata to just be a replacement effect, but then again, that would hurt Xur a little bit, I suppose.
Yeah, I rely on doing shallow grave shenanigans.
Um, so Azusa and Nadu go good in Glarb. I guess we could talk about that in a second. Maybe, I mean,
Oh,
Nadu's probably good in anything, but I don't know.
yeah,
Just,
Nadu's okay, but you do need to have a package built in for Nadu, and I don't know if we want to have to add in a whole Nadu package.
yeah.
And also to quickly go over the rest of my 1K event, I did Xur things game 2, but bricked on the 0.5% chance that I brick when I do Xur things.
Mhm.
I played Ad Nauseam game 3 and hit all of my high end before everything else, and I only had Force of Will and Fierce Guardianship and
Hmm.
Rhystic Study as my high cards left in my deck. And then after that, I was able to win one through just kind of playing very slow and careful, and won by the skin of my teeth on that game. And then in the finals, I nearly won. I just need to politic somebody into not playing Wheel of Fortune after Kennen played 5 mana rocks on the turn prior, and after Malcolm Tana did used a tutor and got countered. I should have
Yeah.
pushed to have the wheel not be played more than I did, but
Yeah,
c'est la vie, I still got $200 out of it.
the Tana Timna won though, right?
Yep.
God, they deserved it. Good for them. Nothing against that kitten player. I'm not going to talk about the woes of my 1K. I just want to stress that you really can't skirt around just random people in a pod together. Like, not everyone's going to be playing at the same skill level or have good threat assessment. And, like, this has happened to me in the past with events. And, I've been screwed harder in past events than this one, but this one was pretty bad too. Like, one of my pods was just atrocious. The level of misplays, I don't know. I'm not gonna harp on that one, but we all collectively lost that one. I could have done things to stop that Kinnan player in that game, but I was being targeted for like 2 turns in a row, and I'm like, guys, I'm gonna try to play my game, but I want to let you all know this Kinnan has 4 mana rocks, and they've literally tutored up a card, like, and they have mana open for a ripping his effect. I'm like, there's clearly shenanigans happening. Like we should be
Kennen
paying
can
attention
hard
to
play
this.
that Full Break Horror right now with how
Well,
much mana
that's
Kennen
what
put
he
up. We're gonna
freaking
die.
did. He freaking worldly tutored a whole break. Oh, dude, it was so stupid. And then, I really don't want to get into it. And like someone had a Ranger Captain of Eos and cracked it prematurely. And I even the turn prior, I'm like, hey guys, I'm not gonna hold up anything for Kinnan's turn because I need to play this game and I'm so far behind now because of the targeting. And I'm like, that's fine and all. Like you felt threatened by Oswald, but this guy's gonna win on his turn. He's going to win. So if you have a way to bring this like Ranger Captain back, keep it. Because the guy next to me was like, yeah, I'm gonna Savines. I'm like, okay, leave the Ranger Captain. Didn't leave the Ranger Captain. Proceeded to die. It was so bad. Uh Uh, okay, so that was one of my rounds, but I did win 2 games. The only thing that bothers me is that I bubbled out of top 4, like I was literally 5th place from the 1K, so I'm a little sour. But one thing I can say is that no one respected Oswald. So, and I got to I put the fear in God. In like my last game when I was really pushing it, like game 4, I fucking ripped and roared. I didn't have a turn 1 Oswald. I had a turn 1 ring with the 1 ring in my hand. And by turn 2, I think I drew like I had 4 burden counters on the card, and they're like, "Is this gonna be a problem?" Like talking to each other. I'm like, yeah, no, no, it's gonna be fine. They wound up exiling the 1 ring. It was pretty bad. I still won that game, but it was like an uphill battle because I'm looking at the deck. I'm like, how does it effectively storm without the 1 ring? I learned. I learned that day. The other event I participated in, shit. Let's hear. Wait, I'll bring it here.
Also, I remember the funniest thing you said to me after I think your match 2 or something, where you quoted one of the enemy players saying, "What good 4-cost artifacts are there for Oswald to search up?"
I know. I'm just sitting there, like, don't worry about it. I'll show you. I'll show you.
Well, I have 3 4-cost artifacts that all work together to be the most annoying and toxic thing you're gonna have to deal with today.
Right. It was fun. Like, I hit the 1 ring. They're like, "Oh, you want to find the 1 ring?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." But that's all. I just want value. I just want to draw like you guys are doing. I want to draw like you're drawing.
Now I got 2
Um,
commanders for you to have to deal with. The circular one and then the fiddlebender one.
um, but that was my 1K experience. It was fine. I again,
You
I would have more.
you nearly got to finals. If I lost my last game, you would have taken my spot.
I mean, I'm happy the way it turned out because I did already win money. Sorry, I know
Yeah.
there's an MTG stream, but like, okay, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was playing off meta all weekend, okay? So I brought nothing but off meta decks. I played Oswald for the cEDH event, and then I played Boa Hancock going into the One Piece event. I top forward in this event, fortunately. This is what I'm saying. I'm glad Will got some money because I definitely got some money out of this. But yeah, I
Can I
played.
say
Hmm?
I thought I was playing meta until 70% of the people I played against had to pick up and read Zer.
Yeah, no, I think Zur is kind of out of fashion at this point, man. Sorry. But you know what's funny? There were a lot of Zurs there. I'm confused by
Yeah.
that. Like
Oh, there were 3 others, I think.
yeah, at least minimally. I think one of the guys top 16 some other major event, something like that, or he top 16 the day before. What am I talking about? One of the guys we were playing with throughout the weekend. But yeah, I brought Boa Hancock. If you don't know anything about One Piece, don't worry about it. There's 6 colors. She's in blue. Blue's not really played. I played blue. No one knew what was happening. It was good. And I also just fought the deck that this is best against, like because Bonnie's the new hot deck in this game right now. Boa just rips that deck to shreds, and that's all I did. But I top forward in that. That was fun. I think the event overall, I would say the SCG Con was fun. This is maybe only the second Star City game event I've been to. It was great because I actually had an opportunity to meet with the artist that did my favorite card, Oswald Fiddlebender, and I had him do I had him do a custom card for me. Here, I'll show you guys. So I had Phil Stone. I just gave him my standard copy of Oswald, and I had him do Frodo, like in the Prancing Pony, grasping the ring. I got him to do that. I made a lot of trades, made a lot of friends, had a lot of fun. The cash I won from the OPTCG event went towards my tolls. And the event on the whole was really fun. I heard about some shenanigans that happened with the 5K. A lot of people taking, once they're in the winner's pod, taking draws to effectively get to top 16. And I don't think that should be illegal. But I just heard a lot of like funny things happening for the people that place top 16. And that kind of unsavoriness is not cool, especially when people come hours out of their way to play at an event. You'd expect
Yeah,
to be treated equally, but yeah,
I think there was
Tyler, if you're in the audience, you can explain this better. But sorry, Will.
I think there's also a couple people who ran proxy decks in the 5K and didn't get called out for running proxies in their decks, even though it was a no proxy event. So that was a whole other thing. And after knowing that, I'm like, if I could have gotten away with playing proxies, I would have just brought Zur for the 5K.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have anyone have issues with my deck. Um, there's no proxies. It's just there's a lot of full painted altered cards.
Yeah.
And I know that, was difficult for some people to understand, but at every point, I'm able to tell you exactly what Grim Monolith does. I'm able to tell you exactly what an Argivian Find does, so on and so forth.
Can you say exactly what Mana Vault does right here, right now, Patrick?
Yeah, it taps for 3 mana, and then I lose life if I don't pay to untap it during my upkeep.
Incorrect.
Oh, you want the exact wording?
You have to pay 4 mana on your upkeep to untap it, and then on your draw step,
Do you
if
take
it
the one
is
line?
tapped, you take 1 damage.
How does this read? Manifold does not untap during your untap phase at the beginning of your upkeep. At the end of your upkeep, if Manifold is tapped, it deals 1 damage to you. 4 mana
Wait,
untap
is it end
Manifold
of
at
your
the end of
upkeep?
upkeep.
Hold up. I
Use
remember it
this
being draw
ability only
step.
during your upkeep. Nah.
No, at the beginning of at the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay for to untap it, or you may pay for if you do untap it at the beginning of your draw step.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I use 5th edition, and it says upkeep, so I'm actually giving you the correct answer for the copy of the card that I
yeah.
own
I'm
that's
I'm reading
hand-painted.
the I'm reading the Oracle text, which has the actual text on
Well,
it.
I'm reading the card that I own that has the actual text of the card that I own.
Well, then I'll just play hostage taker against you and get infinite ETB triggers.
How about that shit? But yeah, I can't believe this card is $43 now. I had two full play sets of Manifold, and I remember getting them for like $10 a piece. At any rate, so yeah, that was SCG Con. Guys, if you attended, please let us know your experience. I had a swell time. Would I do it again? Maybe. I would go for another One Piece event. It was fun getting to play against competent players and getting to just play off mana shit and enjoying myself all together. I wish I spent a little bit more time playing games casually. Sadly, like the 1K took all freaking day. Same with the 2K. 2K was a little bit quicker, fortunately, for me. All right. So we could just jump into this one. I'm gonna try to cut out of here at 10 o'clock. So guys, we gotta speed build this so we can test the shit out of this deck. But I really, really, really want to make a nasty Glarb Calamity's Augur. So Will would say that this is Abzan, but we all know it's Sultai.
Yes, it's not like we have a Discord chat saying that the different one of us said Abs and Patrick.
Yeah, I forget what Simic Splashing Black is, okay? But it's
To be fair,
2/4.
no one remembers all of
No.
the 3-colored things. That most people have to stop to take a second to be like, wait, which one is green, white, red?
Just
And
Guy, right? But like,
that's
yeah.
Naya.
Is that Naya? No, Naya is what Marath is. Oh, you said green, white, red. I'm sorry, you didn't
Yeah,
say blue. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Um,
But now the question is, can you name the 4-color pairings?
on the no.
I can, and only because it is not hard once you know the like slight trick to remember a couple of them. But it is Glint Dune uh Glint Dune Ink. I'm trying to name it in the Sans Wooburg order. Glint Dune Ink Witch Yor. Glint Dune Ink Witch and Yor. So it's Glint because it's missing white. It's Dune because it's missing blue, so it's dry. It's Ink because it's missing black. And then Witch and Yor are the only weird two. Witch is no red and Yor is no green because you're not in green.
Yeah. Look at you remembering this. I would not have. It's a little bit better, isn't it?
No one remembers those. I don't blame anybody
Alright.
for not knowing which is which.
But will they remember Glarb? Look at that leg. Frog
Indeed.
Wizard Noble, 2/4 body, Death Touch. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast spells with mana value 5 or greater from the top of your library. The ultimate top deck tutor leader. And you can tap it to surveil too. So I have not played Glarb. If you've played Glarb, that's great for you. please lend us your knowledge. So far as I can tell, this feels like a really good commander for Doomsday. It feels like a really good commander for any top deck tutor that's going to fetch you an Adnos, right? So if you were to say instant speed Adnos to the top of your deck, you can instant speed Adnos on someone's end step, provided you just have the Cabal Ritual, Dark Ritual, whatever Spirit Guide combo aligned, right? You can make your wildest dreams come true. But there's more to it than that. The surveil on this body is actually relevant because, like was suggested by Justin earlier, or some of the audience, as a matter of fact, if you were to like ISO rev this off, you could surveil your whole deck into your graveyard and do things like Dread Return back Thassa's Oracle. Which I guess would mean you would need Narcomoeba. Dread Returns kill 2 things to get 1 thing, or 3 things to get 1
Sack
thing?
3.
Sack 3. What are the common creatures to pull from the grave? Oh, I guess you can use that new thing if you commit a crime. Wait.
Yeah, the miner, the Forsaken Miner.
Right. But what's the crime we're committing?
We're not committing a crime.
What
What
about
you
the
can do is you can do Bloodghast, or you can do I think there's some creature that you can I can't unearth. There's a creature you can unearth for I think 1. A Stitcher. A Stitcher is another one.
Do you like this idea though?
I prefer just doing infinite untaps into Lab Jace. I think that doing Dread Return is fine because we're in green, so we have a bunch of elves and dorks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Dread Return isn't hard to get off. Thassa's Oracle is going to be in the deck anyways, but I think we're mainly going to be doing Doomsday Infinite Untaps with Jace as another 4-drop that we can play to do the thing.
Right, and yeah, Lab Chase is exactly a generic and triple blue, if I'm not mistaken. And then it's like the auto win function that we love in blue. Can't get enough of it. Chris Robinson says, what about top and Citadel? Top being Sensei's Divining Top, and of course Citadel being this one.
If Glarb could play top off the top, I would 100% go for that and say heck to Citadel, but I don't want to play Citadel top just because we aren't able to.
Right, because we're in the colors. I mean, the colors being, you could do this in mono black, as a matter of fact. A handful of mono blacks want to do this, but I do agree.
Like Glarb just does better things.
I know,
and it's just a better pile.
Yeah, I know, I don't disagree, and will entertain them. Okay, entertain them while I grab. Okay, when I saw this deck and we all discussed this legend during. When I saw this legendary and we discussed this during our legendary tier list, I got really excited because I mentioned how I have a Doomsday that Alex gave me years ago. This hand-painted Doomsday, absolutely beautiful. I've been waiting for a legendary to play it. This might be it. So, Will, why don't we talk about the main combos for this deck? We'll just insert them into the deck, and then we can build around that, knowing the strategy for the list. Give me 1 second. I just want to showcase this Doomsday. It's so cool. Okay.
Your thing. Yeah. I'll bring up our Doomsday pile for the sake of it. And Patrick's not here, so I guess I should probably actually wait for that, but heck to it. I'll say it twice. Our Doomsday pile for the deck is probably going to be Gush, Thassa's Oracle, and then any 2 things that don't matter in Force of Will. If we do that, sorry, dry throat. Okay. I'm not dying now. But we can use Gush to draw Thassa's Oracle, and any blue spell doesn't really matter. We can tap Glarb to surveil and bin one of the cards and keep Force of Will on top. Then we can cast Force of Will from the top, pitching the 1 blue card that we drew in addition to Thoracle off of Gush, and then we have a protected Doomsday pile. Yeah, I think that Doomsday is going to be one of the easier Glarb wins, but we have options. And it seems like Patrick's about to be back. Hello.
Got a little worried there. Couldn't find it, but I did find
Oh
it.
no.
All
Oh
right, no,
no.
it's okay. Man. Right, so this really
Nice.
cool.
It's the extended art of the OG Doomsday art.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been wanting to play this for a long time, and I remember he gave this to me a while ago, and I forget what list I was trying to make and use this in. He gave it to me specifically for that. But yeah, I just love this art, and I've always wanted to play this card. So, if this deck turns out, well, guess what, boys and girls? I think Papa's got a brand new Doomsday to pop.
Indeed, indeed.
All right,
And
so I
I'm
didn't
gonna
hear.
be
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
gonna be a bit disappointed if we don't get some reprint of Doomsday in the Duskmoor, because we got Doomsday Excruciator in there.
It's better. All right, so Doomsday. We want Doomsday in the list. That seems good.
Yep, yep. And I was talking about the Doomsday pile while you were pulling the Doomsday that you got. And I think our Doomsday pile is probably Gush because we can play it off the top with our commander just
Gosh,
immediately.
gosh.
And then Thassa's Oracle, and we can add in the Thassa's Oracle cards on top of that.
Well, we need 2 islands, mind you. But I mean, I
Yeah.
guess it depends on where you're trying to crack the Doomsday. I guess turn 3 the earliest.
Well, yeah, we're probably trying to win on like turn 3, turn 4. Probably turn 4 because I feel like we're a slower, more controlled deck that's trying to ramp a ton because we
So,
can.
right. So Gush, Thassa's Oracle.
Yeah, Gush, Thassa's Oracle, and then the rest of the pile is any blue card plus any random card plus Force of Will. Because we can play Gush off the top to draw 2, surveil 1 to the graveyard, and the last card in our deck is Force of Will, which we can play off of Glarb at any point to protect our Thoracle win.
Mm-hmm. So really, like the other 2 cards are just cards that are in the deck. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I have Dramatic Reversal, Isochron Scepter in there. I think that logics. What is the
Yep.
mage to fetch the 2-drop? Trinket?
Tribute. Tribute Mage. I'm pretty sure.
All right, well, we'll put that in there just so I don't forget. What other combos or
I was
play
right.
lines do we want to include? I keep wanting to write Lap Jace. It's Jace, Wielder of Mysteries.
Yes. Jace Wielder of Mysteries is the Lab Jace.
Ooh, I forgot there's that cool art for it too.
Is there? Hold up.
Yeah, there's like a secret lair version of it. Hold up. This one. This one.
Are you talking about
Super
the base?
freaking cool. Huh?
Oh no, I was thinking of the baseball art. You're just talking
No,
about
no,
the
no. It's like
the
it looks like a
poster one.
crime novel cover or something.
Yeah.
Muddled a mixture. Oh, muddled it. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, any obscure tutor that's gonna get us there, please just like, feel free to throw
Oh,
it out there.
here's an obscure tutor for you, demonic tutor.
Yeah, why don't we just add our tutors right
Yeah.
while we're here?
And
Vampiric
by the way,
tutor.
every top deck tutor with our commander is insane if it's a 4-cost thing we're tutoring for because we can just play it off the top. So it's more of a tutor to hand.
Right. So, demonic tutor,
How
vampiric tutor,
how
imperial
dumb is
seal.
it if we ever just go, I'm gonna cast Mystical Tutor. I put Force of Will to the top and counter it with your counter spell on the stack.
I mean, frankly, yeah, that's what you should be doing, right? But yeah, mystical tutor is just that much more powerful in this list. Because mystical tutor, it doesn't need to be blue either. Like you can literally put the Adnos this way as well, right? Which, by the way, we'll add Adnos right now. Ad nauseum. We'll try to keep the curve relatively low too. I would like to have this be a pretty fat Adnos, so like I might even add Mox Amber to this deck because I do foresee Glarb just being out there. And it will be relatively slower, but if Glarb is out there and you add Nas, then it's just another fast mana rock you could utilize.
I like how with our play 4-cost and up cards commander, you're like, I want to keep our curve low.
Despite that fact, I really think like hitting lands with Glarb is maybe better than hitting the 4. You're trying to win the game when you hit the 4-cost things, right? Worldly Tutor, it's suggested, Storm. And he laughs at it. He laughs at his own suggestion. I don't think it's a bad call. But what are we putting up there? I was gonna try to sideboard it, but it doesn't seem like it'll let me.
We could do Razaketh stuff where we just have Razaketh, surveil Razaketh, degrave, and then reanimate.
Yeah,
If we're ever doing a reanimator package, this is probably the commander to do the reanimator package with.
we're cutting lands. But yeah, don't worry. Bacon, egg, and cheese, boys. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Give them the bacon, egg, and cheese. Yeah, we're cutting lands. This was a land base that Will drew up for us, but we'll condense it down a little bit. I don't know if there's any MDFCs that we should be running, Will, in blue. Any new ones? We
The
might.
weird bounce a spell one. There's the weird. And I don't think that we need Disciple of Freyalise. Don't think we need the weird fight effect.
I'm gonna add Scheming Symmetry to the deck as well. I think if we're trying to pop off on that turn, it doesn't matter that we give someone else something to fool with, provided it's not another Glarb. Okay. But we'll do Scheming Symmetry as well. I also want to add Wishclaw Talisman. Any other tutors you want to add, Will, that we have neglected? We are in green, blue, and black.
Uh,
Is long-term plans finally playable with Surveil too?
we might be able to get away with it because is long term third from the top or
It's
fifth?
specific, yeah, but it's 3 CMC. So that's my qualm with long-term plans. It's still kind of costly, right? It's too generic in a blue. Search your library for a card, then shuffle. Put that card third from the top.
So
It's
the reason why I actually think long term plans is viable in this deck is because it's an instant, so we can just hold it up and then just go, okay, we
oh
didn't need to use control.
yeah. Then rip it, and then on your turn untap upkeep. Right before
It's
you go draw, then you can do the thing.
yeah, you literally just get the card on the top. It's basically intuition, but not doing a whole pile setup. It's just tutor the best card to your hand or to the top at
Hmm.
instant speed.
How much is the Scourge foil? Anyways, we'll look later. That's a worldly for Thassa. Worldly for Thassa's Oracle. Um, you could worldly for Thassa's Oracle. That's still fine. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to rip it off the top, obviously, but that's still fine, I guess. Like if you just have Demonic Consultation, Demonic Tutor, which are gonna be in the list, Demonic Collusion. No. Consultation. And
There is no foil of long-term plans.
there should be.
There,
Scourge
there is not.
will.
I just looked up.
No.
Hold up. Let me double check
I'm
this.
sorry, this is important, guy. I need
Yeah.
to know. Not the list reprint. Did Scourge not have a foil version of this card? I don't buy that. Printing foil. Printing foil.
Where?
They're here. So TCG players separated like their foil listings from their normal listings. You literally have to go to the top, like right of all filters condition.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Norm, yeah, you have to hit that. But now
Okay.
it's weird. Yeah, I don't really like this system. Um, the price is going down, it appears. So it looks like people aren't using this in Glarb, but I'll buy a foil copy, not for that much. I'll check CK because I still have credit with them. At any rate, okay. Well, now we all know. Cool. Don't
No
go off
one is
and
half the battle, G.I. Joe.
right. Any other tutors you want? Do we want the there isn't really a good pile for your intuition unless you want to do the trip free counters like an asshole.
Uh, is there a weird intuition line that we could do?
Here, we'll work on that while I look up search library to see if there's anything new that I've just forgotten about. In
Don't
the
think there's
space.
anything relevant for intuition. Nah.
Not
But I think we can still
cylinder.
do Razaketh stuff if we just want to do reanimates. Because for
I,
those who
do, I
don't know,
don't I don't really want to do Razaketh stuff.
the reason why Razaketh is good in this deck, though, is that we just sacrifice a creature to find Thorkel, play Thorkel, sack Thorkel, find Tainted Pact or Demon Consultation, and win, and every other creature on our board is a free counterspell.
I still don't want Razaketh. Sorry, that's maybe for another man's build. I want Loyal Inventor instead, Will, so I can put the One Ring on top of my deck.
I don't even think we want the One Ring. I think that we could go so many different
Um,
avenues that the One Ring is just slowing us down.
I kind of want the One Ring still. I want Rhystic Study, and I want Mystic Remora. Sorry, personally, this is where we differ, Will. I
We should
respect.
probably run Collector Oop as just a generally good card since we're doing a lot of land ramping.
Are we doing a lot of land ramping?
And we're probably running Exploration in the deck just because we can play lands off the top, so we're probably hitting good plays usually.
Sylvan Tutor as a top deck tutor. That's an interesting suggestion, Chris. I say interesting because I don't want to add it. No, I say interesting because yes, but I do. If we're on Will's plan of having Razaketh for Reanimator, I mean, we could do a Reanimator thing in the deck. It
Yeah,
doesn't have to be Razaketh, I suppose.
it should be Razaketh. It's better than Hoarding Broodlord only because we're going for a very concise pile to try to win. So we can't draw 40 and hope we hit it all the time. But we can always go tutor, 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 win.
So, Will, it was just brought up that your Collector Oof screws every single Isochron plan.
Well, cool, we have Doomsday and Razaketh then.
No, just Doomsday. Wait, or just, demonic consultation, Thassa's Oracle. We could just rip it the old-fashioned way too.
Yeah.
Look, are there better top deck? No, not Sylvan Tutor. I'm sorry, not Sylvan Tutor. I would rather do any other creature tutor. Are we on Finale of Devastation? Or wait, who are we on? Any of the kill the thing, put it onto the battlefield, like not Biomancer's Familiar. What is the Neoform? Neoform and Eldritch Evolution. Any of those shenanigans?
So with Neoform, we're finding the Oracle and that's it. And then for
I just
4
put I
drop, we're
just put
finding
it
something.
I just put it down. I just put it down and cast demonic consultation. Am I wrong? What's
Hmm?
there's nothing wrong with a Neoform
Second
into
1 drop to
Thassa's.
find a Oracle.
Isn't it and under? Wait.
Nope, it is the exact cost +1.
Okay, is Eldritch Evolution in under? X or
Eldritch is
less. Okay.
under.
Okay, so
Eldritch under.
Eldritch is the one I like. X
What?
spell would suck off the top. Broodlord with Saw in half. That is the thing.
How does X work with Glarb?
Mm. What is this? Tower Winder. I've never seen this. When Tower Winder enters the battlefield, search your library and or graveyard for a card named Command Tower, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Did you know this existed?
What is it?
Tower Winder. It tutors for Command Tower.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that, but I never paid attention to that.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
Okay, that's funny.
Huh. You can't pay X off the top. Well, then I guess we don't want to put anything with X on the top of our library, do we?
So I think you might be able to.
Okay.
The only reason why is you choose how much mana you're paying into the thing and what mana you're paying into the thing on the pre-stack, then it checks viability to see if you can cast it, then it'll put it on the stack. So I think when it's on the pre-stack, that's when it checks to make sure that it's 4 mana to cast it, but that could be complete and utter crap.
What are the additional land spells we want to incorporate? Like exploration, sure.
Yeah.
Just learned Tower Winder today myself. Yeah, Dustin, I had no idea. Insatiable Avarice is another top deck tutor, but not the best. Thank you for that. Well, I mean, also, we can incorporate just the standard ones too. Did we want the the Beseech the Mirror, the new black tutor?
It finds Doomsday?
Yeah.
We can play it off the top with our commander. Maybe?
Yeah, actually, that
Yeah.
fact alone is kind of nice. Again, we can't break timing restrictions for any of this stuff, but It is a thing we can do. You may play additional lands each of your turns. Dryad. Huh. Wait up. Dryad of Ilsean Grove is actually quite nice because lands you control are every basic land type in addition to their other types. This is an additional land each turn, but it's also giving us the fix for the Doomsday because, you know, what if Gush doesn't have 2 islands to put to hand? I actually don't mind Dryad of the Ilsean Grove. It's also just color fixing.
If we're going through a lot of cards at once, we're probably hitting several fetch lands. If we're hitting fetch lands, we're getting our
We
duels and
should
our shocks into play.
we should have at least, yeah. We should have them, but
Yeah, Azusa's probably better than Dryad for that,
Zeus
just
is
because
2, right? Yeah.
Azusa's 2 and a green, you can play 2 additional.
Right.
The reason why Azusa is pretty good is just because if we hit a fetch land, we can check the top, see if it's a land. If so, play it. If not, then fetch, then check the top again. We can
And there's this
dig with
amazing
Azusa.
commander's art. Yeah, I'll do Azusa. Sure. Azusa lost but
Oh yeah,
seeking.
true. We have to play Dryad just because same sitting position as Glarb.
Sexy Dryad at the same sitting position? What are you talking about? There's no sex.
We got the nice leg up, leg long.
You're right. You are right about that. I will maybe write the way Glarb reads, but I'm not sure. Yeah. All creatures need to be sitting in the sexy pose. Yeah, exactly.
Indeed, that is the rule. That's why we can't play Razaketh.
Yeah, he's not sitting sexfully enough. You may play additional lands each of your turns. We can play this off the top of our deck. Oracle of Moldiah. Thoughts? No.
Mori.
You may play 3 additional lands this turn. Summer Bloom.
Summer Bloom.
Thoughts, Will? Bridge too far? No.
I don't hate it, because if we get Glarb out and play this, it gets us a good deal of ramp, and we're pretty likely to hit it with both lands in hand and lands off the top.
Right. I mean, do you want to run Explore, Summer Bloom, all of these kind of...
I'd rather just have Azusa, because I'd rather have, like... I honestly think Exploration is better than Summer Bloom.
Yeah, no. I have Exploration in the deck already. I think I added it. Yeah, okay.
Azusa is slightly more explosive Exploration. Just getting it over 2 turns feels a lot safer than trying to get it all in 1 turn.
I know Nadu was suggested. I don't know. Like, if Glarb did the thing with Nadu, then I would say this is more of an interesting include. But Nadu does require specific spells to pop off, and Glarb isn't really targeting. So, I actually don't hate the delve with Tassie here. Oh, I mean, we could use things like, not Treasure Cruise. Are there any good delve cards you want to incorporate, I guess?
Treasure Cruise isn't a bad one, because also we can play them off the top, and we're filling our graveyard.
Yeah.
Our graveyard.
You know, that my issue with things like Treasure Cruise, though, is the fact that it hurts with ad nauseum. So I am still trying to avoid these things.
I just don't care about ad nauseum for the deck.
You don't want ad nauseum in this deck?
We can still use ad nauseum, but I just don't think we're digging more than 15 cards with ad nauseum in this deck, and I think that we can just accept that.
How about we just put Peer into the Abyss and call it a day?
We can do that.
Let's put Peer into the Abyss. All right, let's get some fun delve cards in here. How about that? Does that make you feel good inside?
We can put a Sorcerer's Squall. Target opponent mills 9 cards, then you can cast an instant or sorcery from that player's graveyard or that thing's mana cost and add delve.
Which one?
Making a joke.
No, you don't want to use it?
I do not want to use it.
Goldbloom Tassie. How about Dig Through Time?
Yeah, we can do Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise, and I am a big dumb dork when it comes to Ethereal Forger.
I was just looking at it. Do you really feel something special about this?
It's fun only because of the fact that you can keep getting back counterspells, but it's not.
It's kind of slow.
Insane. It's just fun.
Is there like a delve counterspell? Is that weird to ask? Because I feel like we'll just have the grave for it, right? Rite of Undoing, return target not. No, it's not. Put target online from. Nope.
No counter spell in Delve, at
that
least for 4th grader.
for now. Yeah, we can add the Tasker's not Tasker's cruelty. I'm sorry. These might be cut, by the way. I'm just trying to see if there's any sort of tech that plays with the effect we have here. I also need to add Praetor's Grasp. I'm sorry. Praetor's Grasp and I just said the name of it. Dig Through Time. Jeez Louise. We want Praetor's Grasp specifically for someone else's Underworld Breach. So we could just
Yeah, I don't think we're getting game plan for somebody's Underworld Breach.
no, but we could win off of it.
True. We can not combo, but use it to
Just
replay
value.
tutors 20 times.
Just value, yeah. I mean, like any early, like if we get thwarted, it's likely that there's a combo card or something that can enable a combo in our.
And have we already added in Reanimate, Dance of the Dead, Animate Dead, and Necromancy?
No. Did you want reanimate spells?
Yeah, I still am a firm believer of the Razaketh line, but even if we don't do that,
Well, look, I
Reanimate
don't have look, I don't have ad nauseum in here anymore. What is the Razaketh line? What is the Razaketh line for this deck for you?
So we just need Razaketh and any other creature, and then 3 mana, and that's it.
Razaketh, any other creature, 3 mana.
And the game plan is like, let's say we only have our commander in play, reanimate with our commander, sacrifice our commander for Thoracle, play Thoracle for 2, sacrifice Thoracle with the trigger on the stack, find Demonic Consultation, play it with the Thoracle trigger on the stack. Game.
What are the you want Animate Dead, Dance of the Dead, and what? You want Necromancy?
Reanimate, Animate Dead, Dance of the Dead, and Necromancy. Necromancy's just in there because it can be occasional removal / interaction, because Flash, Reanimate, a stacks piece.
Okay. Did you want Necropotence in here or no?
Necropotence is very fun with our commander because we see everything that we hit off of Necropotence, and we can thread in other cards by playing lands off of the top while paying 1, or playing 4 higher cost things off of it. So maybe.
So with Zagoth Triumph, who are we? I'm taking that out. Sorry.
You don't want to just turn 1 fetch to get all of our colors, Patrick? Come on. Are we gonna run like all of the 1-drop elves that are good, or all the 1-drop good dorks?
Not really. I'd rather have fast mana.
We should at least run
I want to run the enchantments.
Birds, Deathrite Shaman.
Sure.
Birds, Deathrite Shaman are good.
Birds of Paradise. Is there not? Wait. Is there not a ignoble or something for these
Not
colors?
Sultai. It's just Bant and Jund.
All right, so Birds of Paradise, and is Deathrite Shaman always playable? Like, I don't think he's.
Usually somebody cracks a fetch turn 1 / turn 2.
Okay, fine. Okay, Deathrite Shaman, that, and I would like to have like the Utopia Sprawl and Wild Growth. Those are kind of preferable in my mind, but we could do those. We could do the Simian Spirit, not Simian, the Elvish Spirit Guide. We could just add our ramp while we're here, right? So I'm thinking Dark Ritual, I'm thinking Cabal Ritual, I'm thinking Culling the Weak. Culling the Weak, maybe not as much because we don't really have the bodies, but I will put it to the side for now. We don't have the bodies yet. There's the Sultai Dork. There's a Sultai Dork?
I don't believe. Well, there's not a Sultai hierarch, but
okay, so we've got those rituals. Will Mana Crypts.
Could you also add the deck to the description?
Oh, did I not?
Nah.
Well,
Unless the URL is 1 moment, please.
No.
Base to URL.
No. No. This is Papa Tassiger. This is Tasker's daddy right here. Calamit's Augur. What happened to that? Okay, cool. There you go. So if you guys refresh your page, you should be able to see the list in the description. Sorry about that.
What if I don't want to refresh my page?
Well, you'll have to deal. We got 77 cards in here, Will. What are we doing with our life? I added Mana Crypt. I think that was the only fast mana I added outside of that Mox Amber. Very cool. We'll add Chrome Mox. I think I added Jeweled Lotus too. Yeah, Lotus Petal. Is Jeweled Lotus dead in here? Is Jeweled Lotus a dead card in this list, Will? I'm gonna take it out for now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it out for now because it's only
I'd rather
practice.
have a dork over a jeweled lotus, if I'm being completely honest.
Because we're not really ad nauseum. I don't really see that. I'm gonna leave some of these things in here for now, just because. But Mox Diamond, Soul Ring, these are still good cards for other things. Would you rather 2 mana rocks and like fast mana, or what? What dorks do you want? What 1 mana dorks do you want? I'm gonna add your Deadly Relic while we're talking about it.
Yeah, true.
Of course, it Will's in the deck already. Do we have Murkfiend Legion here?
I'd probably just add the dorks that make green, if I'm being completely honest. That and Elves of Deep Shadow. Because Delighted Halfling, I don't think is that necessary for the deck. Outside of that,
Elves.
we can probably just run interaction and we're fine.
Okay, so if we're going this creature route, which I don't think is a bad idea, I will actually add the Dread Return. But let's just add all the bodies. Let's add all the abilities. So Finehorn Elves. We did Birds of Paradise, Deathrite Shaman. Finehorn Elves, Elves of Deep Shadow. I get why you're saying the green producing ones, because we prefer our lands to focus on the interactive colors. So black and blue would be a little bit better for us.
Yeah, Arbor Elf is probably good as well, only because we're going to fetch. It can tap for pretty much any color that we want.
Yeah, Llanowar Elves and Elvish Mystic. And you said you're not high on your commander's uncounterable thing. What is it?
Yep, only because we don't rely on our commander too much. Our commander's just there for a bit of extra value for the most part, and
I
then
don't see
set it
why.
for later.
Right, I don't see why anyone would want to counter it unless they're idiots. I mean, it's not really a big deal. Don't counter the Glarb people.
I mean, I guess Delighted Halfling is good if we're hard casting Razaka.
Is it just any legendary? I guess it is, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think we should be hard casting.
we should not be hard casting
Well,
Razaka.
maybe we'll put Culling the Weak back in the deck. Because we have all these bodies now.
Yep.
Okay, so I will put Delighted in the sideboard for the people that will ultimately say it should be in. Yeah, I could point there and say, look, we kind of put it in. Let me look at the deck right now. Let's see what we're missing. Land base, do we want to cut anything here? We've got Ancient. I'm going to cut Ancient Tomb. I just don't think we need it. But I will leave those. City of Brass, Command Tower, Exotic Orchard off of their lands, right? This is a little slow. If it's our only land in hand, it's not my favorite. I might even want to cut that Exotic Orchard personally. Guys, Cradle now has hope.
Yeah, we're never playing fast enough where Exotic Orchard's gonna bite us, other than like on a blue moon.
If we're on the play and like, well, I guess it shouldn't be too problematic with this land base here. Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. Yeah, I could see us using that.
It's also a lot better now that we're running Arbor Elf, because now
Right.
Guy's Cradle's gonna be a forest.
Right. And our Zagoth Triumph. Okay, so how many lands is that? I only cut 1, right? So we're down to 29. We could probably go down to 28 still, though, Will.
We can get the
How about I take out the Urborg? I don't know if we need black that bad.
Doomsday.
Trip black. Isn't that what Dark Ritual's for?
Indeed.
No. Yeah, okay. I want to cut one of these lands, Will. Guys, which land do you like the least? Audience, I'm cutting the Exotic Orchard. I'm sorry.
We can add in Sink into Stupor as a replacement land that also does something.
Yeah. This card.
And then what are the black ones? One is one's just kill a creature, a planeswalker. The other is Bajuka Bog. But
Do you remember the names?
Or the thing.
Do you want Sink into Stupor?
Yeah, Sink into Stupor is good.
Yeah, we can add Sink into Stupor.
Do we run the weird?
What?
Do we run the weird one? The redirect a spell to this creature land?
Hmm?
Uh,
Oh, wait.
Hydroelectric specimen.
Hydroelectric specimen. Enters the battlefield, change the target instant sorcery spell to this target. That's kind of cute for well, I mean, against Nadu, does this really help? Does he still get the trigger?
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
targets Nadu, it gets redirected,
Yeah.
targets this again after. So
I mean, it's
Nadu
just a
for
it's just a
things.
value creature, but it also like it's not bad. Sure. I like hydroelectric
It's a
specimen.
land that sometimes ruins people's game plan.
Do we cut more lands because of these two?
Well, I mean, we cut 2 lands, then we added those 2 in, back
I
up
mean,
to
that's
30, and I think
30
30 is a
total.
fine place to have this because
Two.
we play lands very easily from this deck.
Do Force of Vigor and Mindbreak Trap see play in cEDH? If so, they can be played off the top for free. So
Yeah,
yes, they do.
I like them.
I like Mindbreak Trap. And on that note, why don't we just go ahead and just start adding our interaction? We can look at the total deck in a second, but I don't like Force of Vigor personally. But we can put Force of Vigor on the side. I do like the Evokers though. Do you want to just add some of the Evokers? I guess they're technically free off the top of deck as well. Like if we have a top deck tutor for
Endurance isn't, Grief and the other one are.
Grief is kill a thing, right?
Grief is, Duress.
Oh, never mind. Do you want any of those? Because we have Worldly Tutor. Like, if we need a Worldly Tutor solution, do you want to play a free creature off the top of deck?
The blue one counters Thoracle. Sure. Sure. Yeah, okay. I don't hate that.
What? It's Solemnity? What is it?
Uh, I think it's Solemnity.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to put it in the deck, but I
I
don't know if
I
that's
will
it.
find it. Blue and Evoke. There's just gonna be
No, no, no,
Mulgrith
no, no.
or
I'm sorry.
this.
It's Solitude is the. Oh, God, I don't remember well.
Don't worry, I'll look it up. No one plays it.
Solitude's the one I have.
Subtlety.
Subtlety. Force of Vigor's a good card for the most part.
It-
I'm just not high on it personally.
Snuff Out is pretty good.
I don't know how to spell subtlety. Will I'm missing a letter. There you go.
Uh, Subtlety is Subtlety.
Enters the battlefield. Choose up to one target creature, spell, or planeswalker its owner puts on the top or bottom of their library. You think that this can stop a Thoracle, Will?
Yeah,
How so?
at least slow it.
Yeah, we'll put subtlety for now. Why not? It's just cute enough to work.
Yep, and Snuff Out probably goes in the deck because it's free removal we can play off the top.
Yeah. Do you like counterbalance in this deck? There's some
It's
top
good
deck.
enough. It'll counter like 1 to 2 things here and there. Sure, I like it
I
enough.
think we are going a little bit slower. I do not. Thank you for spelling subtlety for me. So Force of Vigor is good. I'm sorry. I meant to answer this question. How relevant is popping to artifacts, right? Artifacts are enchantments, and it's destroy, right? So it kind of misses the big one, which is the One Ring. Personally, I think that's like the need to destroy artifact these days. And you can't, right? So Force of Vigor can just hit some mana rocks, which I guess is kind of nice. You could potentially target like someone's Rhystic Study, which is relevant. Um, but it's more of a tempo play that you can spread the love with, and you have to exile a green card from your hand. In this deck, because we are using those dorks, I do think that there is room for Force of Vigor here. Do you want to roll with it, Will?
Uh, I think Force of Vigor is good enough just due to the fact that it is another thing we can play with a Mystical Tutor or Vampiric Tutor off the top as a free stop people from doing
Mm-hmm.
things. The fact that it's in the deck increases our utility.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. And I do really like Counterbalance here. That is another card that I've been wanting to play for a while. There's just not really a good deck for it, honestly.
I realized how funny our Doomsday pile can be now that we've added in all these free cards, because we can just go Doomsday. Okay, I'm gonna, let's see, what's the dumbest way that you can do this to try to combo off with, like, Force of Vigor on somebody else's turn? We can do Deadly Rollick, Snuff Out, Gush, draw 2 cards, no cards left in the deck, just play Thorgal.
What's what is the best way to look up free spells? Is it pay the spell cost?
I use rather usually, uh, it's either
Rather,
rather or without.
let me just look at this. Sorry, I mean I'm not baleful. Baleful mastery. Rather, no.
Yeah,
I have
Snuff Out,
opponents.
Deadly Rollick. Uh,
Target opponent puts the top 13 cards of his or her library into his graveyard. Archive trap. That's not too useful. Huh. I just
oh,
want to.
Submerge is good as well.
We need to add Flare of Denial. Sorry, but we can add Submerge. Sure.
Do we need Flare of Denial?
Oh no. Well,
It's
no, no, we don't. I'm sorry. We need the force though. Force of negation.
yeah.
Uh, it's weird. A foil. You may discard an island rather than pay the spell's cost. Do you hate foil? We don't have enough islands, I don't think, to really reliably do that.
Yeah.
I do love the idea though. I'm sorry. What was the one that you want to add? Submerge.
Yeah, Submerge is if somebody controls a forest and you control an island, you can play this for free, and it's 5 mana, put target creature on the top of its owner's library as an instant.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That's maybe it though for the Rathers of the world or alternative casting cost spells that might want to include. Excuse me. Misdirection's maybe the only other one that I really like. I do like redirects quite a bit. Would you want to roll with misdirection? It's 5 mana, so we can hit it off the top.
Potentially, just because it's not bad in this deck. I also think we do run Necropotence in the end, because thinking about it, just having Necropotence in play it locks out the game. Because if somebody does anything, we just go, I pay a life, not free counterspell, I pay a life, not free interaction, I pay a life, not free interaction, I pay a life,
Right,
Deadly
right, right.
Rollick.
Yeah, no, no, you're right. It is giving us a little added utility, even if we're not trying to win on the spot with it.
It is the most non Necropotence way to play Necropotence.
I really don't hate it though.
Yeah, it's good.
If an opponent had 3 or more cards put into their graveyard from anywhere this turn, you can pay 0 for Ravenous Trap. Exile all cards from that player's
Looking at the
graveyard.
other traps, the other traps are not going to be worth it.
No, I do like Ravenous Trap though. It is kind of a cute tech card against Underworld Breach, but it's kind of like too little too late at that point if the breach landed. Okay, so Will, counterspells. Swan Song?
Swan Song, Offer You Can't Refuse, Mental Misstep. Probably not Pact of Negation because we're trying to be slower.
No, no,
Yeah,
no, no.
probably
No,
not
no,
Pact.
no, no. But I will do Mental Misstep. Um, what's the one that counters instant speed spells?
Dispel.
Dispel. This spell
Not
counters.
Dash Spell, but Dispel.
All right. Any other counter spells you want, Will? This isn't Yuki.
One that's not a counterspell but should be in the deck, Veil of Summer.
Yeah, way better than Autumn's Veil. And is there
Yeah.
anything in black instant speed we want to use outside of the Deadly Rollick?
Cut Down, maybe.
Huh?
Cut Down, either Cut Down or Dismember.
How does cut down read again?
Uh, 1 black, destroy target creature with total stats 5 or less. So kills a 1/4, kills a 4/1, kills a 2/3.
Doesn't Dismember kill Crom though or something? Wait.
Dismember kills Crom. Dismember's a little bit better, but it makes us pay life, whereas Cut
Oh,
Down
we
is just
don't
kill
care
kill
about
everything.
that. No, I know, but I don't think we care about that too much here. Fortunately,
Insert cEDH player line of we don't care about our life.
dude, I missed the window on Tis But a Scratch, this secret lair.
Yeah.
But yes, I do think that damn. That would be the art I would want to play. It's okay.
It's
Um
okay. You can just buy a copy for like 100 something bucks whenever they actually go on sale.
I know, stop. Are there any other counter spells we're missing? I feel like we're missing a ton here. Swan Song
Uh,
on offer, you can't refuse. Mental Misstep, Dispel. I added all the forces, like all the free ones. Give me your favorite counter spells in the chat, guys. I don't play blue enough anymore. I have a blue deck, but really, I'm just on Oswald. I'm sorry. God, this Doomsday is so sick. I cannot wait to play this. Oh, are you still thinking of counters? Sorry.
yeah.
Nothing's coming to his mind. Look, it's empty.
Hold up, we're just gonna
It's empty
we're
in
gonna
there.
we're gonna Google it. EDH rec rank. What people recommend?
Oh God. Okay,
Do we already? Yeah, we have Fierce in there already, right?
I'm about to tell you.
Flusterstorm.
Fierce Guardianship.
Yeah, Fierce Guardianship and Flusterstorm.
I somehow got to Deadly Rollick and not Strix Marinade. Oh, I like Strix Marinade. How do you take
I
your
would
Baleful
love it if
Strix
somebody made an altar of that that's like crossed out the word and
based?
it's marinade and then it's just a duck roast.
Yeah, a Strix roast specifically. I'm sorry. What were you saying? You were saying Fierce Guardianship. I don't
Yeah,
think I have Fierce Guardianship in here, but we did
yeah,
hit Deadly
Fierce
Rollick.
Guardianship and Flusterstorm. Oh, also Abrupt Decay and Assassin's Trophy.
Oh shit, we are in those
Yeah.
colors. Wait. We need more removal. We also need Chain of Vapor. Assassin's Trophy. Come on.
And then we can do Cyclonic Rift as well, just because it's
Is it
1 mana and red.
still a thing? Is
We
it
can
still a
probably
thing?
replace it with the new one, the Into the something something.
Into the something something. Well, it says into the Flood Maw.
Yeah, Into the Flood Maw.
Let's put it in there because we're cool.
Yeah, Into the Flood Maw is just better Chain of Vapor, but it's definitely better Cyclonic Rift because we're never overloading Cyclonic Rift.
Do you not imagine?
There is a world where we do, but in like it's gonna be like 1 in every 25 games where we actually overload a Cyclonic Rift.
Do you want any sort of exiling effects that we don't have in here? Any more ways to exile a thing?
Resculpt?
Are any of the
Oh,
marches
Pick Your Poison.
march?
Pick Your Poison is another really good one.
Oh, pick your poison for sure. Pick your poison. Not resculpt, but what's the march in blue? Is it just a phase effect?
Yeah, phase out X creatures.
Is that good enough? March of Otherworldly Light, I think, frankly, is the best. But March of Swirling Mist is fine.
But you don't think of March of the what is it called? Like March of Misery and Death. Can't remember the exact black
March
one,
of
but it's a
Wretched Sorrow?
yeah, that's it. March of Wretched Sorrow, which is deal X damage to creature and gain X life.
Burgeoning Life. Choose target creature with mana value X or less. Search your library. Search your library for a creature card with the same name. Oh god.
You can it's the mask thing that people jokingly talk about from that one
Hmm.
really old set where you can target somebody else's Thoracle and get your Thoracle into play at instant speed.
Do you like the Chain of Smog Apprentice combo in here?
We have Jason here and we have Thoracle. I really think that just running 2 Thoracle effects is good enough.
But what about Nadu with Smog? It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You don't go that hard. All right, let's take a look at the deck so we can start playtesting it. Because by God, am I curious. Never mind the above. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. All right, well. Chrome Mox, Lotus Petal, Mana Crypt, Mox Amber, Mox Diamond, Soul Ring, Isochron Scepter, Wishclaw Talisman, the One Ring. I know you want to cut.
I still think we cut the One Ring.
I keep thinking it targets Apprentice now. We could cut the One Ring for now, but I don't agree with it. Let's start with the sorceries, the ass end of this pile. We've got Treasure Cruise,
Why
which
do we have Diabolic Tutor in here?
this needs to be Diabolic Intent. I think I just typed the word diabolic and it like
Click the
I I,
first
I
thing,
went I
yeah.
went with the auto, yeah, Diabolic Intent. Okay, we'll go back now. BRB, Dustin. No, go now. You're good. The One Ring is the second ring. The One Ring is my main ring. One Ring is my favorite ring.
We
Other
can
than this one.
probably cut Pure into the Abyss as well.
Where's converted mana cost? You don't want PETA?
Yeah, I don't think we need PETA. We also
I don't know
probably
if we
don't
don't
need
need
Tribute
treasure.
Mage.
I don't know if we need treasure cruise.
Only reason why I like Treasure Cruise is because it's gonna be cheap later and it can be played off the top for free. Or not off the top for free, but it can be played off the top, which is not a card out of our hand.
I would rather the One Ring than treasure cruise.
We can cut Treasure Cruise. Both work.
Beseech the Mirror. Dread Return. Dread Return can be played off the top well.
Indeed.
Um, which we won't, but it could. But I like Dread Return here, even without the Narcomoeba. Take the Solemnity out. Hey, Dustin. So Dread Return is fine. I'd put it in the deck specifically for Isochron lines, right? With our boy. The thing is, if the Isochron line is generating infinite mana, is there just a better way to reanimate something in these colors?
Well, if we're generating infinite mana, we just play Jace Wielder of Mystery off the top and then win.
Right. So do we need Dread Return, Will? Why'd you suggest that?
Probably not. Like, Dread
I'm just
Return's
kidding.
nice if we want to do a Doomsday pile and have, like, a backup on top of a backup, but
Oh, yeah,
eh.
pending the creatures. But is there not a way to cast a what is the reanimate spell that has unearth? Is it just called unearth? Hold up.
No, Unearth is the cycle one.
No.
Do
Isn't
you
there
mean
a
Flashback or...
no. Isn't there a way isn't there a reanimate spell that also works from the graveyard? Did we do Orcish Bowmasters? No, we did not.
Yeah, we probably went Orcish, Opposition Agent,
Yeah.
the fun stuff. Oh wait, we also forgot a Polywog Prodigy.
Did we forget Polywog Prodigy?
Yeah,
Will?
we did forget Polywog Prodigy. It's the new thing that no one talks
Hold up.
about because it's
Hold up.
still that new.
Orcish Bowmaster, yes. Opposition Agent,
Yeah.
sure. Polywog Prodigy, I'm not as high on, man. Where is it? I'll add it because you like it, Will.
It might be Polywag Prodigy.
No, I got it. It's not
Okay.
Polywag. Tank top, all the buttons down. It must be a Friday. Oh, yes. Ooh, you caught me. You caught me. Divining Witch. This is the new MDFC. Am I wrong? No. What is Divining Witch?
Oh, Divining Witch is the Spell Shaper Tainted Pact.
So yes.
Nah. Nah.
How about Diving Griffin? Psychic Frog? No. Feel free to bake an egg and cheese in the chat, y'all. At any time. I did it for you. Or cheers with a beer.
Are we gonna take out Tribute Mage?
Well, we just put in more creatures, Will. Give me one
Yeah.
second. Do we want... Wait, while we're here, do we want that one guy, the black creature that lets when things go to the graveyard, it exiles them and you can cast them? What is his name?
Dothy Voidwalker.
Yay, nay?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I don't ever see him.
He is a good lad.
Wait, okay, so what is it? Battlefield, graveyard battlefields. What is the exact wording? Graveyard to battlefield. This is gonna.
Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Is that what you're looking for?
More or less. Yeah. But I'm looking for one that lets me do it from the graveyard. I swear to God, there is one.
There's like a flashback one There's a couple that let you do it from the graveyard.
What's the flashback one then?
So, give me a second. I have to do. It's
Oh,
a there we go. Diregraph Rebirth. 3 black-green sorcery. This spell costs 1 less for each creature that died this turn. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Flashback for 5 black-green.
Diregraph. Why can't I find this card? Diregraph Rebirth.
Diregraf.
Ooh, God, that's expensive. Okay.
Yeah,
Is there a cheaper one? I mean, we can cast it from the top.
indeed.
We can cast it from the top.
Speaking of casting things from the top, Noxious Revival.
That's a card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally forgot about. That's one of the best cards in green. It's one of the only reasons you're playing green. No, it's a really good card though. Psychic Frog, Doomsday Creature, Ramen Noodles, Agadeems is an MDFC. It is an MDFC. Do you want to run Agadeems X triple black?
No. No.
Damn well.
I'd run the Goblin over running Agadeems.
How about any splice onto arcane spells you want to run?
Not in particular. We can probably cut the weird, the tribute mage. We can probably cut subtlety too.
I'm about to be there. I'm sorry. Here. Okay. Let's get back into this, folks. We are making cuts to Glarb the Ineffable. Glarb the Constant. Alright, let's go back to sorceries, though. So, Beseech the Mirror, Doomsday, Praetor's Grasp, Demonic Tutor, Diabolic Intent, as it was meant to be. Imperial Seal, Pick Your Poison, Reanimate, and Scheming Symmetry. We have Lab Jace, we have 28 lands, we have a lot of instant speed spells. We have Dig Through Time. Is Dig Through Time good enough, Will? Yay, nay, what say you? I'm taking Cyclonic Rift out, by the way, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do we want any Chain of Smog lines? I don't think so. I think we have better ways to conclude the game than any sort of Chain of Smog lines. Which, you know, the cleanest A plus B, I think, would be the Witherbloom Apprentice, which has Magecraft. I think we all know that combo. I don't think I want it here, but it's not bad. It's just not what we're shooting for. Just don't fail Doomsday. Just don't fail Doomsday, people. Try not to. Submerge. Put target creature on top of its owner's library. Is Submerge good enough? I don't think so.
I think Submerge is good enough. Just because it's 0 mana creature removal. If we're running Snuff Out, we might as well run Submerge.
What's the best case scenario here? What are we bouncing? Put target creature on top of its owner's library? I guess we could. That's kind of cheeky if we want to try to save our Thassa's or something. But like, what are we saving it from? Was it Dress Down? Do we run Dress Down? All these questions. Maybe we do run Dress Down. I don't know. Submerge feels like it's it just feels impractical. Like, I know we can play it off the top, but it's I might cut it for now. I feel like we have enough bounce effects. Misdirection I still like, though. Submerge tips Magistrate. Do we have Dark Grid in here? It should be. Stoner. You want to cut Dark Grid. Wait, sorry, we're making cuts.
Yeah, Submerge gets rid of a Drannith Magistrate so that we can try to do our thing.
Right, but we don't really need Glarb as much as other people need their commanders. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't. It's not the end of the world. If we're trying to Doomsday specifically, then yeah, we want Glarb. But we could pivot here to just doing Razaketh. And if we did Razaketh with like dorks, then we could probably pull a better solution. Am I wrong? Like,
we don't even need to have really anything in play for Razaketh to do Razaketh things. Razaketh just needs 1 creature in play to win the game.
You'll have to teach me. Submerge is too expensive. Magistrate kills top plays. Magistrate kills.
Oh, yeah, Magistrate makes it so that we can't play stuff off the top.
Oh, yes. You are right. You are right. So we'll never run Submerge off the top of our library.
Yeah, but we can draw that Submerge and then get rid of the Drannith to keep doing other things.
Well, we've got counterbalance. We're just going to counter the Drannith, okay? Force of Vigor, Mind Break Trap, Deadly Rollick, Snuff Out. Done. Sink into Stupor. I think good enough. Long-term plans, I think good enough. Dismember, all of these things are good. Abrupt Decay, yes. Assas Trophy, yes. Cabal Ritual, yes. Dramatic Reversal, yes. A Dramatic Reversal, yes.
Yeah, just for Ice Conceptor stuff, it's another win con.
Okay, so we're literally just trying to go, Lab Jace, go, draw a card. Right?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Muddle the Mixture, Tainted Pact. Wishful Thinking. What? Oh, yeah. An offer you can't refuse. Chain of Vapor. Calling the Weak, Will. Why would you suggest Calling the Weak? Would
We
you
got
suggest calling?
bodies.
No, I'm just joking. You didn't suggest it. I suggested it, and I'm kind of second
Yep.
guessing myself. I don't know how critical black is for us in this deck outside of casting Doomsday and I guess Besiege the Mirror.
It hits our Necropotence, it hits our Doomsday, it helps us ramp into Besiege the Mirror. It's not the worst thing. We have
Mm,
enough bodies that we can probably make it work.
yeah. Dispel Entomb. I still like Entomb. I also think that we could probably run crop
Do
rotation.
do we need Entomb if all of our top deck tutors are a build your own Entomb but better?
Do we need Entomb? I mean, what if that Drannith Magistrate's out?
Did you hear me?
No.
Well,
Say, can I touch your shirt?
Yeah, you can touch my shirt. I love you too. Hi, but that was my way. Okay. I'm sorry. Wait, you don't want Entomb, is what you're saying, Will?
I'm saying that Entomb is like worse top deck tutor for us now. We don't need it. I still think it could be good, but
If I
it
can
isn't
just
as
Entomb.
auto including.
No, I mean, a Tomb Reanimate. What about. Okay. What. What is the Entomb target for this list, I guess is what I'm saying. The
Rosaketh.
Razaketh and.
Rosaketh.
Yeah, that's not enough targets for me. All right. It's gone. Flusterstorm into the Floodmaw until Misstep with new art. I didn't see this one. Mystical Tutor, Noxious Revival, Swan Song, Vampiric Tutor, Veil of Summer. Yes, I do think we need these 33 cards. Deadly Rollick, maybe. We're keeping Deadly Rollick for now. It is a good exile effect. Sometimes you just need to exile the Dockside, personally. Unless you Praetor's Grasp it. Enjoy that. Commander entombs to per turn. Yeah, kind of, but not always the one you want. I'm sorry, and I did say crop rotation. Are there any lands that are like mission critical for us?
Highest Cradle? Urborg?
Maybe Urborg. Again, I just want 2 targets, is why I ask. I really value crop rotation as a card, but I don't know that
I
it's
don't think we need it.
yeah, I don't know that it's essential here. Okay. Rhystic Study, Necropotence, Necromancy. We have Counterbalance. Excited to play the shit out of that. Dance of the Dead, Animate Dead. Exploration, Mystic Remora, Utopia Sprawl, Wild Growth. Deadly Rollick, yeah. But our commander costs 3 different colors. You're just suggesting that it's going to be difficult to get him out? I think that we can get him out by turn 2 pretty handedly. Am I wrong?
It would not be hard. Fetch land, play a dork. Next turn, play another land. That's our commander.
Right. I think that
hard.
Deadly Rollick is going to be online more times than you think, Stoner. But
And then
we'll see in our playtesting. We could be wrong.
Deadly Rollick's even better considering the fact that we can play Deadly Rollick off the top for free as well if we do have our commander out.
Right. The 4 and up utilities, I'm giving a little bit more favor than usual just because our commander gives us the potential to play them, right? So I am thinking of them a little bit more critically. Razaketh, yep, subtlety, subtlety.
We can cut subtlety, we can cut tribute mage, and we can cut what's his name?
You don't want the tribute mage?
Hmm?
You don't want the Tribute Mage?
We have enough tutors to find our Isochron Scepter.
Damn. Well, we didn't even add any of the artifact specific ones. You're just saying the black ones?
Yeah, we got the black ones. We have Muddle the Mixture. We're fine.
Is Muddle... Yeah, Muddle's better. Okay, Talion is 4 mana and possibly a good creature for this deck. You know, we don't really have that many draw utilities, like, outside of the Mystic, Rhystic. Obviously, Necropotence isn't draw, but it's... We're going to use Necropotence as a value engine in this deck.
Dang, doing
Seriously.
Polywog Prodigy dirty like that, Patrick? Come
Huh?
on. Doing Polywog Prodigy dirty like that?
I don't see it drawing that many cards. The fact that this is of a non-creature spell with mana value less than Polywog's power means that this really does need to be out early to get the value. And I mean like on the play kind of early. I don't hate it though. It's going to evolve.
If it evolves once, then it's hitting a very large handful of things. If it evolves twice, it's hitting nearly everything.
Talion could replace Rhystic, to be honest. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Hold up. It seems like you guys like Talion. Why don't we discuss it? Talion is this Dimir legendary that we might all know from the
Talion's
wilds
pretty
of
good.
Eldraine.
Fair enough. I
Yeah.
don't understand where people are coming from.
Hell, this could be a Consphinx deck.
Eh.
I mean, we could reanimate it, yes, but I get what you're saying. If we're trying to play slower and combo last, would this be bad as a Consphinx deck? I mean, if we're trying to go slower and build up a hand, like just in reanimating that is just good value if it's not cleared. I don't disagree.
Well, our deck has a ton of different 2-card combos in it that just win out of nowhere, and then our deck has a 1-card combo that just wins if we have enough mana.
Okay, so for you, Talion.
I think Talion's good just due to the fact that he will burn people down while drawing you cards, which lets us keep cycling the top card of our deck so that we can hit more free spells. So I like Talion in general, but I don't like Consphinx.
So let's go down to 99 cards while we're doing this so we can add Talion. Yeah?
Yeah.
Utopia Sprawl, Wild Growth, Exploration, Mystic Remora. Is this if we're playing an extra land per turn, do we need the Utopia Sprawl and Wild Growth? Like, do we want to focus on... I might take them out. Is that weird?
It might be fine to take them out. We could cut Soul Ring. We don't really need the colorless mana for most of our stuff.
I really just want more colored sources. Because, look, the Isochron Scepter is going to rely on dorks if they're there and they're not summoning sick. Or what? Like, what else is Isochron Scepter relying on? Generally, rocks are the best option, and the lists that do these lines have the 2 CMC ones in place, where the Mana Crypts and the Soul Ring would be useful, right? This has a Chrome Mox, a Mox Diamond, a Mox Amber. We're not on Mox Opal because we do not have that many artifacts. This feels weird to me. Like, this artifact base is really ass backwards. I'm not really a fan of what's going on here. What do you want to do? Isochron feels bad in this deck, to me personally.
It's fine. How many cards do we still need to cut?
I think 5, 4.
Okay.
Never cut fish. No.
Yeah, we never cut fish.
Yeah, Talion is 4 mana. I mean, just giving us an opportunity to kind of sucks without the backup rocks. That's kind of how I feel, Stoner. Like, Isochron Scepter is good here. Like, don't be wrong. Like, I want to surveil like everybody else does, right? But if, for whatever reason, someone clears the board, right? Like, Deathrite Shaman's not infinite mana without the lands. Bop is fine. Arbor Elf's fine. Elves of Disha. All these things are fine, but they're slow, right? And they're not going to cast Lapjays because they're all producing green. So, outside of potentially Arbor Elf, right? So, And Bop, clearly. We really do need, like, one of these rocks on the battlefield. Minimally. Yeah, and like a Utopia Sprawl doesn't help. We should probably put Carpet of Flowers in here, maybe.
Yeah, Carpet of Flowers is good.
Our
We can
commanders, I
we
do
can
think,
cut the dramatic reversal stuff and still be fine with it, actually.
yeah, I do want to say though, I do think that this is a deck that could do ISO Rev well. Like our commander is technically an outlet for it. Like being able to surveil, make enough mana, and then just cast Jace makes sense to me. But I don't know if this is the deck for it. So this build of the deck is good for it. So do we take Muddle the Mixture out?
Hmm.
I mean, unless we just want to find Thassa's
Yeah.
Oracle.
Yeah, we can take out Muddle. We already have enough good tutors. It's a 3-mana tutor to find something that we're going to be finding with other things.
Ren says Necrotic Ooze.
No.
I'm not trying to say outright no, but I do think I get what you're saying. It's 4 CMC, so you can cast this off the top. And then if you were doing like Isochron lines, if this was a full-fledged Isochron list, maybe I would shoot for Necrotic Ooze. But it's not. Argothian Elder untaps the islands. Oh. We're really trying to force the situation. I don't like it. I just don't like it. What are the wins now though, Will? We're down to Doomsday Pile, Thassa's Oracle.
We have Thassa's Oracle and Lab Jace, which should be enough. Just having 2 is pretty fine.
Okay.
If we need another, we could throw in the Isochron thing and then add in Endurance just to loop our deck infinitely, but I don't think we need another. I think 2 is fine.
Would I rather just do Chain of Smog lines instead at that point? Is that not cleaner? Because I could just like leave the counterspell on top of my deck, or just have counterbalance. And even if I'm handless, I'm still with a card. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of defend it depending on how you set up. Like if I mystical tutor the counter to the top of my deck before I try to do this, it's there. I don't hate it.
I just think we're fine with having the 2
no additional backups. Yeah, no additional backups. I don't disagree. It's too many slots. Gotta have Devoted Druid, Channeler, Thornlight. Yeah. Okay. All right, boys. Elvish Spirit Guide. Will, are we trying to turbo out, do some crazy things, or can we get rid of Elvish Spirit Guide, or is it just good? Or is it just good enough?
Probably get rid of Elvish Spirit Guide because we have so much consistent mana that I don't think we need the temporary mana.
Yeah. I want to cut one more thing to include a Talion because it seems like it's favored, or at least we want to try to incorporate Talion. So Dread Return Narcomoeba. No, so if that's the thing though, Jeff. So the reason I wanted to do the Dread Return thing is that it doesn't require mana. We could ISO Rev in just Surveil, and then provided we had the Dork, our commander clearly, and then a Narcomoeba or whatever, you could Dread Return those 3 things and cast Thassa's Oracle. So like that's a manaless way of doing the thing, and then you just hold whatever lands you had open for interaction. I do like that as an outlet, and that's a pretty small package. I don't know, Will. Like I still don't hate the ISO Rev just for that kind of line, but okay. Sorry, we want to.
If we need one more cut, we can cut one of the green producer elves for something else.
Which is your least favorite?
Yeah, that is indeed the question. Hold up, I'm trying to find one specific card so I can send it to you, so I can get you to cut the very specific one. Hold up.
What are you talking about?
Wait, give me a second. Give me a second.
You're gonna need to tell it to me, man.
Hold up. There we go. Okay. I'm going to get you to remove one of them without me having to say anything.
Gothy
Look in
Voidwalker.
Discord.
Wait, I can't look in Discord without
Oh, you
changing.
can look at Discord. Never mind. Dang.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we can get rid of the Lana War Elves.
Oh, okay. I'll
You
get rid
can
of
look in
them.
Discord later and then see the dumb joke of why to cut Lana War Elves.
I'll look for it. Let me add Talion, and I will make Talion. Wait. Talion the Kindly Lord. We need to do this though. This is important. So Tassiger, right? The Golden Fang. We are going to go the secret layer version. We're going to add it to the sideboard really quick, and then we're going to make this our background image. Really important. Okay, so this is our deck. It's 96% competitive, people. That's how you know it's good. Rasketh the Foul-Blooded and Dig Through Time are our top end. Alright, do we want to try this?
Yeah, let's give it a go. We have about 20-ish minutes till 10.
Alright, Talion Kindly Lord in the opening hands. Counterbalance. We've got some cute stuff here. Tell me if that text box is not in your favorite place, people. I can move that thing around anywhere. Maybe I put it top left. Nah, screw it. It's fine. Alright, this is fine, but this is not a good starting hand. So I'm going to try to shuffle this up. There's one Deathrite Shaman. There's a Watery Grave. This is potentially a turn to Glarb. And I like the Imperial Seal and the Demonic Tutor in this hand. Right? But this is all assuming someone fetches. It's not like we can provide the fetch for ourselves with Deathrite Shaman. The only unfortunate business is that this wasn't a split land for green. Is Glarb good? Templar Temple. We're about to find out. Let's keep this just to try it.
We'll assume that somebody does fetch because we're probably not going first.
No. We'll do Deathrite Shaman, and then we'll pass. Right? Okay. I will do this next turn. Overgrown Tomb. I will put the... Ooh, no I won't. Yeah, I will. I'll put the Overgrown Tomb in play. That'll be our green moving forward. It's fine. We'll do this, this, and this. We'll say we'll exile a land. I'm not going to track our life here, but I will play Glarb. Glarb lets us look at the top of our library. We can play lands or mana value 4 or greater from the top. It's a wooded foothill. That's fine. We can't play it yet. Mindbreak Trap is the only thing we can do off turn. Next turn. I just want to see what's
what
on...
do we have off top as well?
Yeah, no, Wooded Foothills was off top there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Chain of Vapor is the top of our library right now. I'll leave this just over here. We'll understand that it's on the top of our library. Okay, well, fetch lands are really good in this instance because they let us switch what's on top. Do you want to just rip this Wooded Foothills and get something that's green-blue?
Yeah. We can do that.
And the thing that's green-blue is a tropical island. Do that. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. We have a flooded strand on top. Okay. So, what would you want to imp seal to the top for us to play? Do you want to just rip a... Can we do a Demonic Consultation Lab Jace right now? With this Dark Rit? Suckers 3 blue. Actually, Wooded Footies was good. Don't you get an extra land drop? Don't you get an extra land drop? No.
No.
I wish we did. We don't. I might just surveil 2 here to look at the top 2 before we start. We have long-term plans on top 2.
And if we Demonic Tutor, we can get Doomsday, and then we can set up for the win next turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna ship both of these to the grave. Don't really need either. But we could DT. I mean, it's all the same to me. Do you want to you want to have it in hand, or is it safer on top of the deck? Well, I mean, shit, dude, we can do both. If you just want to if you want to do this, let's tap the...
It's technically better to keep Demonic Tutor in hand, I guess, because we can use it to draw a card for the Doomsday pile.
I mean, I kind of want to do both, though. I'm thinking Imperial Seal could be a counter spell for off turn here. Although, yeah. Imperial Seal could be a counterspell for off turn just to make sure no one else wins, and we can DT for the Doomsday to hand.
Well, if we want, right now, we can Demonic Tutor for Doomsday and then Imperial Seal for Force of Will. And just keep the Force of Will on top and cast it whenever, and then if no one has anything, we draw Force of Will.
Right. So I'm gonna get the Doomsday to hand. Shuffle. New card on top is Marsh Flats. Sure. I'll keep the Trop Island for the blue just to scare them. We'll do the Imperial Seal, lose some life. We'll get the Force of not Force of Will.
Why not Force of Will?
Well, because we only have one blue spell in hand. None of these are really good. Force of Negation, obviously, better off turn, but they all do the same thing. Sure, Force of Will.
We
Fine.
can do Autumn's Veil then, or yeah, the Veil of Summer, just to have a silence effect.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I like that a little bit better. Veil of Summer. Okay. Shuffle. Autumn's Veil on top. Okay. Are you running Insidious Dreams? No. Put Expiration in for a double landfall so you don't get stopped on lands. Oops, damn.
We have it in there.
We do have it in here. I think they were trying to suggest putting it in a play, though. I think we're just trying to push a win right now, if anything.
Yeah. Because this coming up turn, we can do Doomsday, get Gush on top to draw Thoracle and some piece of interaction, doesn't really matter what it is. Then surveil the last two cards out of our deck and just play Thoracle for the win.
So we have Snuff Out on top of our library. Let's just say we need to rip this. We'll just kill something. And now what do we have on top? We have Dig Through Time on top of our library with exactly 6 cards in our graveyard. I don't think we need to rip Dig Through Time, but no, it is there. Let's use the Urborg to do a Dark Writ into Doomsday. Right?
Yep.
Do we want to do the Veil of Summer first or wait?
Veil
of Summer, you draw a card.
Wait, because we're gonna wait until someone burns a counter spell first, anyways.
Yeah. Doomsday Pile will.
Gush, Thassa's Oracle, and then Fierce Guardianship. That is fine. And then the last 2 cards can be literally anything, they don't matter. We're planning on surveilling those 2.
Right. Thassa's Oracle. Well, this is where someone could kill Glarb. Is there a Doomsday pile that works without Glarb? We should probably consider that, honestly.
There isn't like a good one because we need one draw from something anyways. If somebody tries to kill Glarb, we just Veil of Summer.
I mean, that's assuming it's black or blue, right? But
I mean, yeah, but most of the time it is.
Right.
It's either a bounce spell or that. The only exception is swords to Plowshare.
Right. Are you running City Streams? So you build your own D&D with top deck. Sorry.
Discard X cards, Vampire Tutor X times.
What was the other card you wanted for this Doomsday pile?
So Fierce Guardianship and then 2 random cards that don't matter. The 2 cards we want in the graveyard because they look cool.
Sure. Razaketh and Orcish Bowmaster.
Yep. Theoretically, if we wanted, we could also make it 2 other 0 mana 4 cost things. And we put those on top of Gush, but we don't really need that.
No, that's not a bad idea, though, to just have those kind of options to play with as we're going through here. Why don't we just do that instead? What are the, I guess, Force of Will to pitch the Mindbreak Trap and
well,
maybe...
these would be going on top of Gush, so we have to play these before doing the whole Gush thing. If we did want to add more cards to it, it really doesn't matter though. What we just do here is play Gush, draw the whatever protection for Thoracle and Thoracle. Then we play Thoracle, and we have a devotion of 3, meaning we win. If somebody tries killing Glarb or Thoracle, and we Veil of Summers, and then we can't respond, they interact and we can't respond, we tap Glarb, surveil our deck away, and then win anyways.
I just want the optimum pile here. So
It's just Gush, Thorkel, Fierce, and then two
right,
random
right,
things
right.
that don't matter.
But let me
Last
put
two
this.
matter.
I do think that fourth spell down can matter.
Oh yeah, true, because it will be on the top. Force.
I'm doing Force of Will, but it could be a Pact of Negation too. You might be able to run Pact of Negation here just for this scenario. But by the way, we need 2 islands. So I'm
It's
sorry. So this
to
is the
be fair,
pile.
the fourth card here would be Mind Break Trap, but it's already there.
Yeah, I mean that's provided they cast 3 or more spells this turn though. Like we're
Yeah.
not if a counter war ensues, we're kind of screwed anyways. But we need to have 2 islands, so let's just start here. As Will was suggesting, like maybe shenanigans happen at some point. That should have happened, frankly, when we did the Doomsday. Like the Veil of Summer might have needed to be ripped then. Right? So let's just give 1 random card to ourselves. We get a couple of rituals, sure. Okay, so here's how this is going to look. We're going to return 2 islands to our hand. Let's just float a black and a blue. Why not? And we'll gush. Put these 2 to our hand. And we'll draw the Fierce Guardianship and the Thassa's Oracle, right? Force of Will's on top for us. We could pitch the Mind Break Trap at this point if we don't get any other value out of it. And if we didn't get our land per turn, this is actually not a bad opportunity to play an additional land if you needed the mana. We're going to just cast Thassa's Oracle. Oh, sorry, we should have just done double blue, but I didn't. So we'll use the Deathrite Shaman to pitch the one of my fetch lands over there. All right, and then you're like, is Thassa's Oracle good? We don't really need Glarb for this, outside of casting Gush. The Surveil 2 is not
The Surveil 2
important.
can get us to 0 if they remove Thorkel from the board, but
Yeah,
even if they do, if they do, we Surveil. If not, then Glarb just sits there looking pretty.
Conqueror's Flail is being suggested. No, I don't think it's needed. We're in blue. I
Yeah.
feel like we've got better things to do.
Well,
So this is
proof of
technically
concept.
turn 4.
Yeah, proof of concept. Deck did the thing the deck is supposed to do.
Do you want to try to rip it one more time?
Sure.
Yeah, I want to see what else we can do with this. Why don't we go for like a Razaketh thing here?
Yeah.
Don't really
We
want to
play what we
see...
draw, but
I don't want to see the Triome in hand, personally. But I see a turn 1 Mystic Remora. Man, I don't know, dude. I think Sink to Stupor for the Mystic Remora, and then next turn we do the Triome. It's kind of a weird hand, but I don't hate it. I mean, we have Mental Misstep to sort of screw with their things. It really depends on what we rip off the top. Anytime I see a turn 1 Mystic Remora, it does look good.
well, we can also just hold the Triome and play Yavimaya next turn, and then play whatever lands we draw off Mystic Remora.
I see what you mean. So you want to do the turn 1 Mystic and just live life on the wild side?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. We have
gonna-
Mental Misstep to protect it in case.
Yeah, yeah. All right, that's fine. How many draw would you say if we're let's just give ourselves the best scenario here, but let's just say we're on the play.
Probably like 2 or 3.
Okay. Let's skip 3. All right, next turn. We have so many lands. We're not going to use the Triumph. We'll probably just use one of our pain lands here. And we can use the Mana Confluence, I suppose. It's technically the better of the 2. Oh, I'm sorry. We will pay for the Mystic Remora, I think. Yeah. The game plan is to rock the Mystic Remora as long as possible.
Yep.
With that in mind, I might just do the Windswept Teeth instead, just to get something that's not going to pain us over time. I'll pitch the Triome, and I will pitch, I guess, Talion, because we can reanimate it next turn.
Yeah, agreed.
Right. Okay, because we're going to let go of the Mystic Remora, I think, ultimately, but getting Talion off of Necromancy is not a bad idea. Okay, we'll crack this off turn. We should grab a thing that's green and black, I suppose. So
Yeah,
it's going to be...
Overgrown. Just because we can get it into play tapped and not care about having it enter tapped.
That's true.
Would have been perfect to fetch out the Triome, but no.
Oh, sorry. How much draw do you imagine we get this turn? Maybe
Probably
like...
2.
Okay, so our draw for turn is Polywog Prodigy. And we have the Painland still. We also got Hydroelectric Specimen in that pile as well. And a Veil of Summer. Alright, so land for turn. Do you just want to do one of the Painlands now?
Yeah, we can
I
do.
guess the Yavimaya or the Painland, but
Yeah, it's either City of Brass or Yavimaya, because City of Brass is technically better. Technically,
uh
it's a triggered ability, so we can play on top of the trigger without taking the damage, but
but
I don't really.
also if for whatever reason it gets tapped down, you just take damage, but I get
Yeah,
what you're saying. Neither of those scenarios is really practical. Sure, I like Mana Confluence, but we can play City of Brass. Okay, is this a Glarb turn? I don't really want to go tits out for Glarb.
we could just Necromancy in Italian
I mean,
if
I'm
we really want. Because let's see,
yeah.
we don't
I'm
have a
sorry.
way
I'm
of.
just saying Mr. Kimura's gone. By the way, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't have a way of finding Razaketh to pitch Razaketh yet.
No, unless we drew it there, which would have been amazing.
Yeah. Do we
Um,
just play Glarb right now so that we can start playing off the top? Because we haven't seen a lot of our free 4 drops.
yeah. Let's just do it because that's what the deck wants to do. I do think we can get rid of Polywog Prodigy here. Is that weird?
Yeah, we don't need the draw. We're pretty fine on draw. If we need more draw, we reanimate Talion.
And I kind of want to just get rid of this Yavimaya because we have the Mana Confluence.
Yeah, we're also going to be playing lands off the top,
Right, which is an offer you can't refuse off the top, so
which is going to be a nice draw in a second.
yeah, yeah. Let's just say we need to use the Mental Misstep off turn. Okay, we'll draw. Offer you can't refuse. Let's see if we have a land on the top. We have Dalthy Voidwalker. Okay, I'm gonna play the Mana Confluence. Do we want the Talion now?
Uh, yeah, because if people play stuff, we can play stuff for free, off the top.
Blam, blam, blam.
And I think the cute number for Talion is 2, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we'll go to.
It's either 1 or 2.
2. Okay. All right. On top is a Deadly Relic. Okay. So we have Deadly Relic and Flusterstorm in hand. I mean, I should also say Offer You Can't Refuse and Veil of Summer. It's organized. All right. Let's say we rip the Deadly Relic on something. This is before we were to draw a card.
Yeah.
And then we draw a card. Right. So Demonic Consultation. We have Underground Sea on top. Do we get another draw of Talion?
It will probably be 4 draws off Talion
Do you
for this
really
rotation.
see
And
that?
we can play free spells off the top in between the draws.
Yeah, so I know that the Underground Sea is on top. Let's do an Offer You Can't Refuse to one thing. We'll draw, and then we will draw for turn, I'd say. Okay, so can we win the game here, Will? We have a Wishclaw Talisman, a Demonic Consultation.
I think we can just find Thorkel, play Thorkel, win, but
I do think that's just the... If we just want to rip the win, guys, anytime I see DC in hand, it's a useless fucking card until I have Bowser's Oracle. I mean, yes, you can use it to try to pull the thing from your deck if you just want to do it that way, but either Wishclaw or Demonic Consultation will get us there. I'm sorry, Wishclaw will get us there. We're saving this for the combo. And we could do the Underground Sea or the Bayou off the top. Maybe we just have another solution on the top. No. Okay.
I'd just go for Bayou off the top for the sake of Bayou off the top. Keeps our
Right.
hand a little bit more full for later in case we brick
Right.
off of this.
Right. We don't need the blue necessarily either. And because we have 1, 2, 3 sources for blue. All right. Yeah. Let's just go. I mean, oh, wait, do we have enough mana actually? I don't think we do, Will.
So we need 3 to tutor for Wishclaw Talisman. We need
Mhm.
2 for Thorkel and 1 for Demonic Consultation. So we need 6 mana in total. Oh no, that's Demonic Consultation, not Dark Ritual. So with the Bayou, we are 1 short. Okay. Yeah, there's no way to cost reduce that here.
Justin also suggested Logic Knot.
That's the counter thing that costs 2, right?
Oh man, Justin's Doomsday looks so amazing. Justin
Oh,
texts me
Logic
and
Knot's the Delver. That's the Delver spell that counters something that, unless its controller pays X. I
oh,
don't know if we had a consensus on if we can cast X cost spells off the top with our commander.
that's a good question. I think the mana value, you can cast spells mana value of 4 or greater from the top of your library. I don't know, frankly, but that's okay. So guys, we're gonna get there. I need to check out here, but we're gonna get there. I think this is just a hold cards, hold mana. I would ditch the Void Walker, and I would ditch the Underground Sea. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
The what's it called? The long-term plans in our hand right there is literally just a 3 mana interact, or not in our hand, but on top will let us get Force of Will or whatever we need at instant speed because we can
mhm.
play it Surveil to get the thing on top, play it. So we have a very protective hand right here. We just play Bowmaster or Opposition Agent, mess with
Right.
people's stuff.
Yeah,
win
there's
the
so
game
much.
next
There's so
turn.
many options. There's so many options. Literally, I mean, I do suspect another draw off of Talion here. So long term, again, is like what Will was saying. It's a solution, because we have not surveilled yet. And all the while we could also be surveilling here to give us more options off the top. So let's just pretend we had to. I guess Jace is right there. Fuck, Jace is right there.
Okay.
I mean, Jace
If
is right there
Jace
for
right there,
DC.
then we just play Jace off the top, the demonic concentration draw game.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So this is literally this turn. We win right now. We didn't need to wait, but it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't matter. At any rate, you get what we're saying. There's Let's talk about the deck because Dustin asked a really good question. I do want to close this out by answering it. Do you guys think this is a deck you'd take to a tournament? I'm a guy who takes Oswald Fiddlebender to a tournament, so maybe I'm not to be taken seriously, but I think it's more the pilot and less the deck that determines the outcome of the game. And if there are 4 good pilots with 4 good decks, then you should all be on equal footing. I think I'm okay, and I did okay with Mono White. I think that this has a lot more tools in its arsenal. It's not as direct a strategy as Oswald. Oswald's very quick, and I think being quick is important in an actual tournament setting when there's a timer going off. Although I will say SCG Con's timer was what, 60, 80 minutes? How long was it?
80 minutes.
Jesus, it took forever. Like, it took forever. Because my games would end very quickly. Either someone did the Adnos thing or I stormed, and that's how all the games ended. And they were finished in like 20, 25 minutes. So Glarb has the potential to carry out a strategy over the long term very well. I wouldn't say that the way we've constructed it is very good for playing aggressively, though. Overall thoughts?
I think Glarb is a generally very good control deck because you get a whole bunch of cards that were mediocre, make them a good deal more playable, and also still have a couple decent combo lines mixed in. It's just a deck that makes your deck better by the general value of having the right commander in the command zone while also fixing draws and letting you ramp more consistently. Good
Yeah,
value commander.
it's a really good value, Mander. Would I bring it to a tournament? I kind of like it better than Tassiger because I think you get to do the thing sooner and get more value sooner, which is also meaning that all of your, if you control your commander effects, are available sooner as well. I don't think our list is the end all be all. I think we're maybe 85% there. There might be better strategies or play lines to incorporate into this list that we're lacking, but I do think that the general strategy is here. I do think that this is a good version of this list to build off of. If you guys have your own versions, please let us know. I'd be curious to see them. I do still like the ISO Rev line. I just don't really have much faith in it for this particular build, but I don't think it's a bad decision. We did just hit all the things we needed to, though, to get the game going for those 2 playthroughs. And I'll invite you to playtest this list yourself. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. I think it's good. I like it a lot. I do prefer that, at least in a cEDH setting, it's good when like the commander has generic value outside of some sort of A plus B combo line, right? Like Oswald tutoring a thing is just powerful. things like Tymna and Crom drawing cards is just powerful. Pivot being an A+B combo plus draw plus ramp is powerful, even if it's slow, even if it's very slow. Like, they all that's sort of the through line with cEDH decks, right? Like, they all get there and they all do the thing very well. Najeela is an A+B combo, but can also just win with beats if the game is stacks laden. She's just a powerful, like, 5-color commander. You're also just going into her, but she's 5 colors. I think she's better than Kenrith, frankly. Yet he draws, but he's a good outlet as well. So, like, those are the sort of through lines with cEDH commanders. You're in 3 colors here. You're able to look at the top of your deck, play lands and mana value 4 or greater. That is technically like having an additional card in hand, but it does get shut down by certain stacks pieces. So it's like, I don't know, just need to be thoughtful about how you play this. I do like Will's suggestion of utilizing Surveil as a tool to put things in the bin to reanimate. And as you saw, like, we were playing through rounds where our hand was at capacity and we got to discard down. So, like, there's just, like, this is good for reanimate. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know if this is enough to make me want to build the deck, though, Will. I would need to retool it. This is a very thoughtful commander, and my brain is like, this is the end of my work
Your
week.
brain is like the frog, I just want to chill.
Yeah, I just want to show. I wish I had beer. That's another version.
I will say, Glarb does not feel like Tasigur at all, because Tasigur now is just Neoform, do the Hullbreak Horror thing, or get infinite mana, pump the infinite mana to Tasigur. Tasigur feels like Thrasios Dargo, but in Sultai instead of Temur. But Glarb feels like a completely different beast where it's more so control. It's just sit around, fill up your graveyard to do reanimator stuff, and keep up control to try to deal with other people's boards. Is there a good commander that's like a reference to that it feels more like? It's like cEDH, the Temur cEDH commander, but
a little bit better
playable.
than that. Yeah, actually playable. I don't know. Would you play this at a cEDH event, though?
I think it could get there. I think it's good enough because it's fast enough that it can compete with other cEDH decks by just trying to do Turbo Raws or Turbo Doomsday stuff, while also still having all the interaction that you need to try to survive. So, yeah, I think it could be there. It's not my cup of tea, so I probably wouldn't play it, but I would see somebody else play it and not blink at it at all. Also, the master transcendent, it probably feels more like that.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, guys and gals, thanks for joining us on this one. I hope you enjoyed the brewing session. Of course, these live stream brewing sessions are not the end-all be-all. This is just a blueprint to follow. If you wanted to check out the list, it is in the description there for you. But guys, we'll see you next week with potentially more Bloomburrow brewing sessions. But frankly, I would love to play some more cEDH with you guys. So we'll try to set up another F&M Friday. So if you do want to participate, you can join us over on the Discord for some games. We'll probably start around 8 p.m. again. It's just, I think, a little bit better for me, potentially better for Will, and hopefully better for you. See you guys.
See you, Red.
Yeah, I like this deck. I do like this deck. It is potentially my cup of tea, but I do need to. It's one of those lists where I want to know all of the optimal plays. And I feel like you could really game this deck better. And it gets to utilize cool things that I enjoy, like, a lot. Like, I really like Counterbalance. So, and I do think it actually benefits to play Counterbalance in this list. So, I'm gonna retool it and find a version of this list that I think I would like better. But it's not too far from what we actually created.
One deck I'd like to go back and look at is Curie, now that we have Fortune Teller's talent as an actual decent way for Curie to end the game.
Kind of want to look at Calyx still. All right, see you guys.